Alright, hi everybody. This is Hoshi of Hoshi Games. Today we are going to be looking at how to actually, you bought your plot, now we're going to have to figure out where you're going to get a house and how you can place that house in EverQuest. So what I'm going to start out with though is I'm going to take you through the way to get the freebie home, which is through Sakalna here as far as the tutorials. So I'm going to go ahead and hail her. And hopefully, for those of you not using Sparks, you'll still be able to kind of get the general idea here. Sakalna actually has a ton of different tutorials, so I'm going to go ahead and locate her housing tutorial and accept. All right, so we need to go find Annabelle in the guild lobby. So I'm going to go ahead. Now, you also have other options as far as getting a house as well, but overall the first thing you're going to need is the plot, and then you can place the house. This tutorial that I'm doing will give you a one-roomer right at the end. However, when you get into the neighborhoods, you're going to see that you can also buy different types of houses. Additionally, not covered in this video, you can also get your house via your loyalty points. They have a lot of different options there as well. All right, so this actually kind of threw me, and I talked about it a little bit in my previous post on the blog, but I was kind of confused how to get to these neighborhoods. So you can see over there, you can see the standard neighborhood guild hall and the standard guild hall, but we are actually going to go a different direction here. What Daybreak decided to do is they added this long hallway here that you can come out and check out the housing here. So here's Annabelle, so I'm going to go ahead and hail her. And I do want to enter. All right, so I'm going to go ahead here. I'm going to have to pick a neighborhood. Now you can see since I'm on FV, there are a lot of guild places already set up. However, I am going to look. There is a general neighborhood here, so I'm going to do quiet coffee break, do a search. Aventus Village was one of the more general where you didn't have to use the station cash to be able to actually buy yourself a private neighborhood here. Notice that you have player plots, you also have guild plots. This was one of the last neighborhoods that actually had one unused guild plot, so I was able to grab it, and I'm going to go ahead and go on in. All right, so whenever you first enter a neighborhood, this is what you're going to see. You got kind of the main house. This is where you can buy houses, assets for the guild hall, guild halls, and furniture. All right, so I need to go speak with Christine. So we're going to hustle on over here, say hail. And the quest is going to ask you to actually go through and click on each of her items to learn more about these. So I'm going to go ahead and go through this just real quickly here. Again, I strongly encourage folks to go through and actually do this. I mean, a free house is a free house. So once you get through all of these, you hail her again and you get your own little house. Now, I wanted to do this video just because I know some folks prefer to see more of a visual example of what you're going to be doing. So let's go ahead and find a plot. Now, you actually have two ways of navigating in your housing section in your neighborhood. You can actually use these runes here, and the center rune is your current location. Now, this exit area will always stay gold no matter where it is. But one thing I learned also from a running standpoint is you have this mechanical device over here. Now, if I click on this, I'm going to go ahead and search for Kinwena's plot because her plot is actually right in front of the guild hall. So I'm going to go ahead, highlight, go, and whee, there you go, you're off. Oof. All right, so up that hill and in that little cubby is actually where the Quiet Coffee Break Guild Hall is. So this is Kinwena's plot. So I'm going to go right next door to her here. My army of alts shall own all these plots, I'm sure, at some point or another. And what you want to do is you're going to click on kind of this little rock area here. Now, it's going to come up, it's going to tell you what your capacity is, how many pets you're allowed to have, what the price is, and how much it costs to upkeep. So I'm going to go ahead and do a buy. Whoops, I have to be inside, so there we go. All right, now I've bought the house. What I'm going to do though first, you actually, when you buy houses and buy plots rather, you don't have a lot of time already added on to them. So you can see I bought it, but it's expired. I went under manage. So I'm just going to add a couple of weeks here. So 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Now, for whatever reason, if your plot expires, you have 90 days to log back in and actually get, put some money down, or else everything will be packed up and sent to you. All right, so Hoshi has her own little plot. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and open my items for the plot, which you can see I used Shift and I on the keyboard as the keyboard shortcut. So this is going to be where everything's listed. So I'm going to go ahead and choose my little house, and I'm going to choose to place it. All right. So this is kind of the cursor mode where it's locked onto your cursor. You can see along the left-hand side there, notice how I have different notations there as far as going through and rearranging my home. I'll be getting into those in another video later on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and place my home here. There we go. I'm going to Shift I again to get out, and I'll go ahead and walk around here so folks can kind of see. And this is Hoshi's first house. Now, what's cool about this and what's different from, say, EverQuest 2, EverQuest 2, we were locked into just having only the home itself. We didn't actually have yards, and I'm really excited about what I can do with the yards as far as archery ranges, barbecue areas, you know, a lot of ideas floating around there. For EverQuest, however, we can go up and you can actually click on a door. You also have the interior of the home as well that you can work with. So you actually, it's kind of a twofold setup here. So I'll go ahead and hop into the new home here. I'll also be uploading some still images, but kind of give you a little tour of just what you're going to get with a single room. I actually really like what they did with the single room as far as EQ is concerned. So it's definitely, you know, a nice little freebie home. Alrighty. So for a one roomer, it's actually kind of cool. You have kind of your base area here. Now, because you can rotate things and stuff like that, you could definitely build yourself some walls. And then you have this nice little kind of cubby area up here looking down. So this would make a nice cute bedroom or maybe bedroom den and all that good stuff. And honestly, I mean, I just think the interior is fantastic. I mean, this is my type of home. And then when you're done, or whatever, you can just click on the doors again and it'll take you right back out into the village and kind of drop you on your plot there. So I hope you enjoyed this first video here as far as just kind of visually taking you through what you get for the house, the newbie house, going through that tutorial and just getting a chance to look on the inside there. I thank you all for joining me as far as following along and look out for more videos from Hoshi.